All right, you guys. We are going live, and you can catch us on Podbean also, in several other podcasting
There you go.
groups and organizations. However, we're not professionally licensed, nor do we claim to be. We're just here for the plastic addicted, and don't take our advice. We charge nothing. We only ask you pay attention. That's our disclaimer. All righty, here we go. We'll get this going. So good Sunday afternoon, you guys.
Yep. So I am here. I'm just messing still with the my brain ain't working. Barbarosas. So I got almost all the.
Oh yeah, that's we can
Russians
change
done.
the title.
Hey, you're the one that set it up.
Yeah, but you took over. It's your fault. It's all right.
Wow.
Hey Charles, how are you, sir? How was your shopping earlier today? We're still working away on those models in that Barbarossa box, so
Yeah, trying.
we did take a little bit of a break, but not a lot. Can I be heard over there?
Yes, you can still be heard.
Okay. So, yep. It's been fun day.
If I don't lose it.
It's one of those where you ever just have a weekend where you just can't get done what you wanted to do.
That's every week, babe. Yep.
I know it's
I
getting
forgot to shut my
tiring.
phone down.
Yeah, you're okay. If you didn't shut your phone down, that's all right. I'll shut mine off so it wouldn't pester us.
Oh, that's a first.
What?
You shut yours down? No, it's just everything popping through now.
No, I mean I'm checking now. All my notifications are muted. Otherwise, you guys know how that goes. Notifications start going off, and it gets a bit wonky.
So I'm doing like 3 different things. So we'll see how well this works.
Charles says he only spent about 110. If you went to the store and
that's all you spent, damn.
And that's all you spent these days, good job. I mean, you can walk in there and just
blow
dump money. You're like,
easy.
wow, I don't even got complete meals. I went and picked up odds and ends stuff I needed, and it gets to be it is expensive, and it's gonna get more expensive according to all the experts. So yay. If it does get more expensive, it just makes it harder to get by. However, that's why we have our gaming stuff and the tabletop stuff. Does once you get into it, you're already got your initial outlay going, then you're good. Other than that, yeah, I hate going to the store. It is just too expensive, to be honest with you. Ashley back there mumbling for those of you joining in because
I'm sorry.
She is working on the
Bethesda.
Yeah, a bunch of people joined up now though, so she's working on this kit. It is Barbarossa from Zvezda, a historical war game in 1941, so it's early war. It's the Soviets and the Germans. There's just a lot that came in this box, and for those of you that don't know, it is basically a oversized hex and counter game with models as opposed to the cardboard chits. So it's Zvezda does a pretty good job. Wow. Costco is dangerous. Yes. Costco will cost you money. It's because you have to buy in bulk.
In bulk, yeah.
And so if you get one item, you might buy a hamburger and it's $40. Although it's a good deal to buy it that way, it's $40 on one item kind of thing. I used to shop at Costco a lot when I lived in California. Out here they have
Sam's Club,
which is kind of the same thing, there is a Costco, but it's
about a 45-minute drive from
I'd
here?
say it's about 40, 45 minutes, from here. So, it is.
And I'm actually a little upset. We ended up using up our last coffee.
The last of our coffee.
Yeah, so when I get paid, I'm going to have to order another bag.
Well, order some more then. So.
Well, we know how much we're going through now, so.
Well, yeah. But we've also handed it out to people
too, we've been handing it out.
But yeah. So going to the store is most definitely dangerous. But all you can do is try, Charles. Try to keep the cost down so you can buy more miniatures so you can keep gaming, right? Same thing. And that's what we're trying to do. So, but because that's what we started today on the noon where we normally game, we just decided it was the best to just build these models and work on them today and try to get them done. I don't know if I don't think we can get them all done, but there's some intricate little pieces. But
if it wasn't so bad, I mean, if they're not bad pieces, it's just the pieces are so tiny.
For the figures, so for the tanks and the artillery, it was pretty easy to do.
Yeah, I just finished off the anti-aircraft.
There's 8 of you and 2 dogs. $200 is nothing at that point, Charles. So if you spent $250 for 8 people for the week, that's pretty impressive. Actually, that's pretty impressive at the rate that food is today. But yeah,
get back in that hole. There it is.
So if Ashley can get some of those built, and
well, I got almost all the Russian done.
Yeah, I know you're doing good over there. It's not a
complaint. So we got your 2 tanks, and then the aircraft for the German done. Which I'm a little pissed that the Germans get aircraft.
They just have better stuff than the Soviets in World War II. They had, yeah.
And that's why they lost.
No, they lost because their supply chains were cut. And they were dumb enough to go after Russia. They should have left Russia alone.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it was not a smart move to go against Stalin. However, it's a good thing that they did. It's a good thing that they did. Otherwise, they would have stopped and kept all that they had. It'd be a different world today. So,
yep, that is true.
People, I think, are pretty happy they ended up losing in the end. But when you're playing,
you don't know what the world would be like if
they would not probably not be good. Yeah.
You never know.
Charles says hello.
Who?
Why did it put up that Charles said hello? Oh, there it is.
Oh, because it's backwards.
It's backwards on this. No, go ahead and pay your bills, Charles. And we're glad you just tuned in. So
we're always glad that you show up, Charles. We appreciate it. We appreciate everyone who shows up.
Yeah. So Ashley's been printing away too with the printer in the back.
This one has about 45 more minutes.
So she's going to do some videos throughout the week of
try to
of the things she's got done, and we'll get those. We apologize the last week or so. We just haven't had much content because we've just been busy getting stuff done. So,
well, that doesn't help when you're sick either.
Yeah, and Ashley wasn't feeling good there for a while, and then just 2 jobs, and it's just you know how it goes, Charles. It is one of those things. But we are also on Podbean too. How's that going, Ash?
Just one person.
All right, we'll say hi to him. I mean, well, that's cool. So, but undivided attention, that's okay. We'll probably just keep it a short one tonight anyways, Charles. Just because the way the day's gone, it's been getting eaten up before.
Yeah, and I got to go back to work at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Well, so do I, Ashley. About 45 minutes after you, and then I got to walk, though, because you got the only working car. Although, I only have to walk, what's that, maybe a quarter mile?
I don't know, something like that.
It's not too terribly far. Just when it gets cold, it's a little bit difficult. So, and on the printing, just trying to find the right scale.
The scaling is our problem right now. I am printing Greg a off-brand, I guess, of a Dreadnought. So that Mythos from Frost and Fist sent us. So we're trying that. I'm printing off the last little bit of it. So, but predominantly, it's been all Tyranids.
Yeah,
that I
So
printed.
maybe I'll get a dreadnought out of the whole thing, but we'll see. It's okay though, because
These wouldn't be so
still having a
bad.
hard time finding any kind of Western files. They're in 15
Everything
millimeters.
is, yeah,
It's
that's the problem.
28 or
Everything is
32.
28 or bigger. So I got to try to find someone who knows how to scale correctly or something, because
Well, what we're going to have to do is take one of our Team Yankee buildings that's officially at 15 millimeter, print something, and then
go off of
take
that.
it out of the printer and set it there next to it and see if it's the size comparison the same. Because if it's too big proportionally, it's going to look funny. But,
That's our problem right now, is the scaling.
Well, the problem is that some of these people have said in the files they're downloading that it is a specific size, and then it is not when you print it. So yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing. So I found a free little dreadnought. It says it was 28 millimeter, blah blah blah, kind of thing, So we printed it. It turned out to be like 6.
Yeah. Where'd it go?
It's over here in pieces.
Oh, he's a little guy.
He little.
So Mini Wormut says he's been here from the beginning. He's fighting a library building. He's fighting this library building kit with stairs. Oh, so the kit has stairs and you're fighting the stairs. Oh, TT Combat has cool MDF stuff though. So I've gotten a few of those things. And I mean, where'd that radar station go? You finally built it, right?
Radar station.
The World War II radar station with the dish. And it was out of that board with the glue. It all got built. I know you built it.
Oh, yeah, the MDF.
Yeah, but where would it be?
That's up here.
How am I supposed to find it? It's hidden behind stuff.
Sorry, R2D2 took up more room.
I would have never known where it was.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, this sucker.
And there's pieces in there.
Yeah. So I had lots of little windows, and
that was actually kind of a pain to build.
It's got
because there's no directions on how to build it, so you kind of have to just fit them.
Yeah, but TT Combat has pretty sturdy stuff, and no, I'm not affiliated with them or anything. Just we like their products. So I got this. It was a pretty good deal, and it's a 15 millimeter. Yeah, it's 15 millimeter Mini Wormut, and I'm trying to do this. So this, you got to remember, it's a World War II radar station, but a lot of them are still in operation today. So you could fight around this as an old one, or make it like an objective. You've got to get in there to get something out of or whatever. And I didn't pay very much for it. I was going to put it together, and of course Ashley
it's in my pile to do list. So guess what I ended up doing?
Did, which is cool. So now I just gotta primer it up and get it painted. But MDF you can do all sorts of stuff with. It's actually pretty cool to use.
It's actually a pretty sturdy little building.
Mini Wormut's right. They usually have instructions. Well,
he didn't have them.
It came in that flat pack, but it's done now. So what I want to do is get some Western stuff in that size, because I can't do my homemade game without it. I mean, and it's just been, that's why I ask you guys, if you see any, let me know. And some of the files, like I said, it's great that people put up free files, and that's really nice. Problem is, a lot of them are not what they say they are. We've already ran across a couple issues where, it's obviously completely not the right thing. But then again, it was free. So with Western theme, I just need to find like a saloon, maybe a hotel. Like
I found them, but I'm afraid to print them.
Like a little town square. You found them? You found them?
Yeah, but it doesn't fit. I had to try to scale it down, and that's where I'm having the problem right now, is trying to scale it correctly.
So you can't make the building 15 millimeters because it's scaled to 15 millimeters. It's actually a little bigger than that because the environment's 15. So everything is based on this line, and I don't know.
So it's one of those catch-22s. I so badly want to print one, but I just don't want to waste the resin.
I'm looking for the 15 millimeter size Mini Wormut, because remember, so I've got my Texas Rangers. I've got them all cleaned up and primered. the apes are pretty much done. We got the travel device like the Stargate. So what I need is a couple little Western buildings. So there's something on the table to fight around to go with the little story I'm coming up with, and that's all. Kind of like Charles knows, because Charles does this all the time. So Charles, you kind of encouraged me to
thanks, Charles.
take my mind out of the box, and then when I did, I dropped it, but that's okay. I picked up. I'm missing a piece, but I put it back. And
shit,
Ashley,
yep, sorry.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm trying to push this other wheel in, and it bent the other one.
No, don't push it.
I know.
Clip it and glue it if you got to force it. So the 28 millimeter is not a big deal. You can find that everywhere. But 15 millimeter, you can find World War II stuff everywhere.
Just not what he's
Western.
looking for.
So, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. So it's taking me longer than I want to get these things together, because there's a couple ones that just don't look right on the pictures they have up, and I'm thinking, if you print those. I found one that had storefronts, like you were on a stage, and you put a front up of a building, but that's not going to work to play with, especially when you're looking at it with the camera. And, it's a front. So yeah, a little frustration there. So I won't go on and on about it, but if you find any Western stuff, you guys, in that scale, let me know. And I will try to get some printed up. There are those other things we got were pretty cool, like the little World War II dozer and the oil rig.
The oil rig was a pain.
Yeah, I wouldn't even try to print that. I have no idea how they did it. Those pieces are hairline.
Yeah. Some of them are hairline pieces.
On some of it, and you're like, yeah, I'm not even going to attempt it. I'll pay the $10 for it. I'm not going to try to do this, because I can see breaking it when you're trying to cut supports off. And I don't know how they're doing it, but they might be casting some of the parts too.
I'll say some of them I think it's a cast.
Yeah, like a resin cast.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where it's at, you guys. So
you mother.
Check out Terrains for terrainsforgames.com. Oh, you're smart. You're working around all that stuff. Hold on. Let's see. Maybe I'll type it in. Terrains for Games. Site cannot be reached. Yeah, it comes up as a warning. Maybe I'll retype it. I might have typed it in there wrong. Let's see.
That or Brian's already been there and they're like, yep, nope, that's part of his group. Not going to happen.
No. They would want his group because they would be buying. So let's see if I can. So I where was the screen share, Ash? I can't remember.
Down at the bottom, I believe. You start a new one. Add.
Yeah.
And then I think there's a screen share. Or the third one. The third one. Over left. No, get out of that. Right next to the video part. No, down. Over right there.
Oh, well, there we go. Let's see if that'll do it.
That one's done.
That's just what I get when I try to get
there. Brian sent you a Facebook message. It probably has the site in it.
Okay, we'll look at that then. Sent to my messenger. All right.
Yeah, or at least Gamers with Coffee one.
Charles says his first 15 millimeter game was 16 cowboys in a rule set he didn't like, and cardboard fold and shape buildings. Yeah, it's interesting. The cardboard fold and shape buildings came back with BattleTech and the Alpha Strike stuff. But those are kind of gives you something to start gaming with. And the rules, I think, honestly, for these, I'm just gonna draft up some kind of
something
rules.
easy enough.
Yeah, something to make it fairly simple and playable. I kind of have some ideas. I gotta find some of that terrain, so I'll check that link in the messenger then. Mini warm up when we're done, and we'll see if I can dig those out. That's what I'll do if I can keep my voice from going out. I don't know why my voice is always like dry, and I don't get it. I don't smoke. I don't do anything else. So we'll have to wait and see then. And then we've also got to get our stuff tidied up for. It's like I told Ash, I said technically we're down 2 months roughly before we go to this game con in February. So we're heading to the end of December. So 2 months and a week or so or something like that. So there are some really cool, what you're talking about, Charles, I found, especially in the UK, and I was just surfing on the internet. And I found there was a building, I apologize, you guys. All I can say is I was impressed by the paper buildings they had. They were very thin stock, like card stock, So, but the detail on them was mind-boggling. There is like a coating you can get for that. I want to say it's GHQ, maybe Charles, or the guy that does CNC. I can't remember which one of those that does the 6 millimeter. They sell the 6 millimeters, both of them, but one of them has a little video on there of doing a bridge. Well, there's this clear liquid you can put on it that makes it rigid, and it absorbs. It doesn't mar it or anything, so your building looks really nice, and then it becomes solid. And I would say if I did it to the outside, I'd do it to the inside because cardboard's going to absorb moisture. So I build it and I coat it inside and out. I think you'd have terrain you could just set in a box or a tote or something at that point, because some of them are pretty cool. And you made a horsey water trough. Yeah, I've made my own stuff and cast out of resin and stuff like that. I made it out of Sculpey, but
you have a piece over there.
I don't. Yeah, I know. I got several of them right here because I was going through this bag the other day.
That was the easiest one yet.
Which one is it?
Just the infantry.
Little soldiers, ready to go. There you go. Put them with the other Soviets. Careful, that flag will. How many times have I told you to glue them down, Ashley, so the flag doesn't fall out? I'm just joking. Because you did that earlier. I was like, no, too late. It's okay, though. It was just a joke because you went to pick it up by the flag. Never mind. I'm just messing with it. You don't have to keep looking at me like that. Maybe I should see if Charles has room on his couch.
Jeff's in there.
Hey, Jeff. I was hoping you would have caught our little show earlier because we were doing this that I've had for a while, because you can go back and see the unboxing, but it is 1941 historical war game, right, by Zvezda. It's Barbarossa, World War II. And it is literally a hex encounter game, but you're not using chips. You're putting models on the hexes. And that's the way the boards are set up. So one model, this is the one I told you about before, Jeff, that one model is...
Maybe this is one that we can bring to March to Victory.
Yes, there is an actual game system. Yes. So let's see here. This box, pretty heavy box.
Yeah.
It's not really a thick box though, because look, so this is the scenario booklet. It's not super thick. Rules are a little thicker. It's World War II, Barbarossa, 1941 game rules. But what's cool with Zvezda is they took the hex and counter concept and they used
They added
plastic.
miniatures.
You got the miniature models for your hexes, and you've got like elevation hexes with pop out terrain that you punch the center out. I think a couple of these are like this. So you would have a terrain elevation, and it sets in the hex on the map. It's kind of nice because it comes with cards like this. I'll just show you one, for instance. Here's a German card. So it comes with your stats for the unit, and you can mark things off. They send you 2 dry erase markers, right? Now, these cards are already pre-laminated, so you don't got to worry about it. They even send you little cloths to clean them. And as you fire, you also use ammo. When you move, you're using fuel. So you have to keep your supply line, right? You have to keep your supplies, or you're screwed. Right down here on the bottom of the card, see the bullet icons, the ammo boxes. You're going to mark them off as you play. The boards are 2-sided, and they'll put together. They're this size. They are all hexes. The whole game is based on movement hexes, terrain, rivers, roads, city areas. And I think there's, how many of these? Like
5 or 6 pieces.
6, I think, and they're double-sided. So you just, if you happen to want to go back and see the unboxing video I did on the channel, I think it's a while back, we just decided to open it because it's been sitting there. And so she's putting together the things. I think you would like this, Jeff, because you've been painting models. And so they're literally, that's all it is. Your model, one tank represents, a company. So you're moving them in as hexes, and all the other stuff that you played with, you pretty much do. But it's sweet that you can just mark the stuff off, and then when the unit's gone, it's gone, and you know how much you have left. So you really got to pay attention to what you're using in the game. You can't just drive around willy-nilly shooting at things. And the rules are fairly simple. Some of them.
I'm assuming this one's the same as the first one.
Can be like I don't know, one of the tank works, and one of the infantry, so I can show them. Oh, that's a machine gun, right?
That is.
Yep, looks like they're loading.
Anti-tank.
So you got your anti-tank team right here. I know it won't show up that good on this. There's 2 of them.
Sorry.
And it fits in the hex. They're all sized to fit in the hex.
Well, welcome, Miss Angie. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. That's what it looks like.
Oh, hello, Angie. And then on here, these markers, they come out, the flags. These also are coded, so you use a dry erase marker so you can make your unit marks for that particular scenario. When you're done, just wipe it off.
All right, Russian is done.
So there you go. That's it. Like, here's one of the tanks. This is going to represent multiple tanks in the square. It's going to represent a company.
If any of you on Podbean are trying to figure out what we're talking about, you can go to our YouTube, it's Gamers with Coffee, and see what we were talking about.
We're talking about a board game called Barbarossa by Zvezda.
All right, did you hear me, babe?
What?
Oh, the Russians are done.
The Russians are done?
Russians are done, finally.
So there's only a little bit of the Germans. We can always keep working on those.
That's what I'm
Let
going
me
to
see
do.
the sprues there for a second, I want. Thank you. So, like, you're getting packs of this in the game, Jeff. When are we going to play it? Well, we want to get these finished in the next day or two so we can do a battle report and like a little breakdown. This one even has a bunker with barbed wire.
I don't know what that is.
I'll bet you it's like an entrenched position or.
This is like a mine sweeping.
No, they're not. We need to paint them. Actually, they come. One side's green, one side's gray. So Russians are green, Germans are gray. And you get way more than the money in the box, in my opinion. I mean, you get, plus the fact everything's pre-laminated. You don't got to run to the store and do all that. They even give you the dry erase markers. it's a good to go kind of thing, and it's a historical game. But see, like I said, you got miniatures, you got Hex Encounter, and they just combined that. And so you just don't use the cardboard chits. Now your units are represented by little miniature units, which makes up your squad, your company, or however, whatever they're designated as. So I'd like to try to get it played maybe within the next week or so.
I'm getting them as fast as I can.
No, don't do them as fast as you can, because if you don't break something or whatever, but you don't have to do all of them, babe. So thank you though. But it's
I want them built correctly.
We've gotten actually. You want them built correctly? Well, there you go. If your wife's going to game with you, you may as well get smacked down by her, right?
That's your own damn fault for marrying a gamer.
I know. I needed a bigger bank account. 2 people gaming is expensive.
Well, not really. I mean, well.
Yeah, at least you don't complain if we have to eat chicken and rice or something. You're good.
Oh, the rice and beans that we had to when you bought a Dominus without telling me?
No, I told you I was putting
after you did it.
But I told you. Right?
It was the fact that you didn't tell me until after it was already purchased.
No.
Yes.
No. I told you I was putting money down on it. You just didn't know how much I put down. But that's okay. You had no complaints with your part of the box.
I didn't get anything out of the Indominus box. That was Necrons.
Necrons, right? But
Keegan didn't have any problems.
You gave it to Keegan, and in turn, you got what?
I didn't.
What did you get in return?
You got that starter box. The
yeah.
German
late war German.
I didn't get nothing out of that
box. Yeah.
Keegan basically bought the pieces from you, and you got something from it. So I got screwed. I had to build it all, then paint them all. I got screwed.
It's because you love me.
Yes.
That's all. So yeah, sometimes those little wind-up toys. Ashley just you just can't wind her up too much. It's like ADHD, but it's all right. She likes to put this stuff together.
I do. This is actually my favorite part.
So we're probably not. I don't know if we'll paint them or not up front.
We didn't paint the other ones.
We didn't. We can, I guess. We got the Russian and the German colors, and they come with the decals, so you can transfer the decals onto the equipment. So it's a complete game. You even got your dice. I mean, there's nothing that's going to be that's lacking when you pick the game up. Oh, hey, who took my dice? Hello, sir. I'm glad you're up and doing well, man. Lots of people have been sick lately.
Well, he was sick, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, but it's like going around again. Except for us essential workers. So I'm pretty fortunate.
No, you still
Well, I mean, Jeff, we could paint them. We were just going to basically show, here's the game, here it is out of the box. And if you guys, want to see what it's like, we could do that too. We try painting them. It's kind of a time thing too. So at least the units are already designated. You can easily look at the hex grid and go, okay, there's the Russians, there's the Germans by default. Oh, hey, Mythos. I hope your daughter's birthday is going well, sir, and that you're enjoying it. I thank you for stopping by, but I know you're a busy, busy man too. And who took my dice? Your family, your whole family have been sick the last 2 weeks. Yeah. Unfortunately, when one person gets it and it's winter, everybody's got the windows up, because it's not like you can just go outside sometimes and get fresh air. So it just kind of circulates in your home. I got you.
Yeah, we had that happen a couple times when the kids were all young.
It's best to open the windows, but in the winter it makes it kind of hard to do. Makes it hard to. Oh, where'd my coffee cup go?
It's on your.
Oh, never mind.
Warmer.
Never mind. Brain fade.
Wow, not enough coffee there, babe.
It's going well, he says. I'm going to need a rest day after my weekend, though. I think it's what you want. Not a test day.
Well, he's got a lot of work to do, he was telling us last night.
Yeah. Yep.
So, Mythos, I went and actually we're on our last little bit for the
file you sent her that you helped her with. She's got the last because it's taken 2
prints so far. This is the third one, and I got about 20 minutes left.
Yeah, so it's almost all done, man. Yeah, we knew you meant rest day. Don't you love autocorrect?
All right, so how the hell does this go?
And the smarter they make the AI, the dumber my conversations will appear when I use my phone.
So
Well, that's good. Who took my dice? I'm glad your family's doing good. It's tough when you got a family, man. It kind of runs in a circle there. So.
Sweet.
Oh, she's been printing she woke up this morning just to change the printout and do another one, went back to bed.
Yeah, I was up until about 2:30 is when I first started that first one. Yeah. And then got up, changed that out. That was done shortly after our noon show. And I just did this one, so and it's almost done.
So we'll show you what it looks like when it's done, Mito. So far, the other pieces came out good, didn't they? You didn't have any issue, did you?
I had no issues.
No issue. It's the other files, not the one you sent us, but the other files we've tried. They're just, whoever created them some of them were just, how do you say it? A bit wonky. They didn't fit right. No, not Crazy 3D Print people, Brian. Crazy 3D Print Ashley. We're trying to. I just wanted to print my Western stuff.
Hey, I tried.
And she's tried to find it.
I found one. It said it was 15. There's no way in hell it's 15.
So when I look over at your desk, I see a bunch of 6mm T-80 tanks ready to take on a division. How many you got there? 10?
10.
Okay.
But their tracks kept breaking, so I had no idea.
How many of those Termogrants down there?
So I have 3 Termogrants.
But what are those?
Then I have 10 Barbargrants.
So that's 13.
And then there's another one that's, I think, like a leaper. I think that's actually the other one leaper.
24, so that's 2 dozen miniatures.
There's a winged one. There's
25.
Let's see. Keegan got me old One Eye.
No, what you printed.
Oh, what I printed? There's another like orb looking one. I don't know what exactly his name is.
So you printed 26 miniatures for your Warhammer gaming experience.
Well, now I kind of have to after this damn thing's going to come out.
And you printed one for me, and it's not done yet. Yeah. It's all right, but she is afraid of that Brutalis. It's a pretty nasty.
Oh, it's not afraid. It's just bullshit.
It's supposed to be overkill. That's why the word brutal is in it.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's pretty overkill.
So anyways, we're having fun. We don't really argue. We just have friendly banter over the stuff. But anyways, Jeff, we're looking to try to do that maybe next week if we can, so people can see. I'm just not sure. I mean, maybe I guess I could do it live, but sometimes if it takes more than an hour, people tend to tune out. Or I could just do like a couple-minute battle report and do it in snippets. So I'm not sure what to do. But when I posted the video, I got that, and I've always told people they can email us. I've actually had people ask us, why we've seen the video, when are you going to play it? Well, they have a good point. It's been sitting there. We've just been busy with life and family and all this stuff, and so today we're working on it. So
and they've been screwing with my schedule. So some days I'm working 6 to 2. Some days I'm working 4 to close.
Yeah.
So I don't have an actual set schedule. So I mean that's kind of a problem right now too. Trying to plan a game.
I tried to help. When I talked to your supervisor for a good hour on the phone, and I told her, "Don't get Ashley on a set schedule. It will mess her up. Like she's just gonna oversleep." I said, "Challenge her. Just throw numbers at her and she'll do it." So that's kind of what we did. Is it my fault? I made a suggestion. Not really, but anyways.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome. It bounces all over for us too.
No, I'll say, yeah, that's the problem. Greg usually is supposed to be off at one time. Unfortunately, something happens and he gets stuck at work too.
I've not been getting off when I'm supposed to. They've been keeping me. Long story short, if I start talking about that, it'll irritate me. But look, Jeff, you missed that. So this is a World War II by TT Combat. It is
why does this one have like 2
radar station. and it's MDF. It's scaled to 15 millimeter, and it's got 1, 2, like 3 radar arrays you can put out around it. So it'll make like a good objective. Plus, some of those are still functioning today, you know, so you could use it in some of the modern games too, and use it maybe as an objective. I think it's really nice, and I don't think it was expensive. I think it was like $10 or something.
Oh, your PDF or your
This-
MDF?
Yeah.
Hello, eye doctor or eye doc.
Oh, hey, iDoc, thank you for showing up. But yeah, it's pretty detailed. You can prime these up, and you could like texture them, make them look like whatever, stucco them or whatever you want to do with it. So it's pretty cool, and it's pretty solid. The only thing I do with MDF is I will, and people can laugh all they want, but I'll spray the inside of it because I don't want the board to absorb moisture. So I'll seal it off, you know.
Well, that's what I did with all
all you gotta do
those.
with them. With all the what?
Those one pieces from the like TV and over there I made for Necrons.
Okay.
They're painted black. I just went and got the Walmart cheap apple tree, I think is what it was called, or whatever.
Apple
Black
barrel.
or whatever it was called.
75 cents a bottle.
And iDoc said he bought his wife the Glowforge
Oh, you
Aqua
did?
for Christmas. We'll see how it goes.
Wow. I wish my wife would buy me that, iDoc. That's cool. He bought this, one of our followers here on Podbean, that's right here on our tablet, is he got his wife a Glowforge. Man, those things are killer. They're super nice.
Come
All
on.
right, Jeff. Jeff's got a good idea, Ash, and we'll take your advice on that, Jeff. He said we should just do like some basic rules and videos, like fire movement. You think I should break it up? Like, here's the rule on fire, you know, and that way it's a really short thing, and here's the rule on movement. That way it's not too long for people, and it keeps them separate.
What are we doing?
So on
Like
on Zvezda, because
oh, okay.
they're hugely popular, but a lot of
I'm
people
like,
don't.
what are we talking about?
Yeah. So what do you think there,
You
Jeff?
guys go
Since you brought
chess.
it up, if you would let me know, I'd appreciate it. But that'd be a good idea. Just do the fire. Okay, that'll work. Charles says he needs a paint sprayer more than he needs a 3D printer. So my 3D printer, Charles, was just out of a company bonus and not out of my paycheck. If it had to come out of my paycheck, then Greg and Ashley wouldn't. We just couldn't afford one. It was like an end of the year bonus that the company gave everybody, and literally I had to add $7 to my bonus, and I got that. That's how we got it, and it was one of those Black Friday deals. So I thought, what the hell, we can get in on it and
yeah,
see.
we've been talking about getting one.
We've been talking about it for a long time, right? And then everybody else has gotten them, and we had the old PLA printers, and the newer ones are nice. The new filament printers are very nice.
Okay, where does this big box go?
But if you need a paint sprayer more, so you, Charles, you're talking about like a miniature little spray brush.
Ooh.
You could do
Okay.
that.
So this goes like.
Or you could just get a big spray painter, the portable ones, you know. Go get a generic one at Harbor Freight and Tool. It runs on a battery, and go spray paint on the side of people's houses for the love of the emperor, you know, or the emperor's condemned your house or something like that. They may not understand, but you might get a kick out of it. And I'm just joking. I'm not encouraging you to do anything bad.
No, you know, we just give them our opinions. If they go and do it, then you know what? That's on them.
Woo! Walkabout Game says, one of us. Welcome to resin printing. Thank you, sir. We're trying. You can see it over there. We got lucky. The deal was the
Anycubic.
Yes, the Anycubic Monophoton 2 with the wash and cure station and 2 bottles of resin, and shipping was like $288. So, and then tax. So it was like, woo! And Mini Wormut, you'll get it. You'll like printing when you do it. I mean, if you're gonna do 28 millimeter, boy, there's a ton of stuff for that.
If we were doing 28, there's a lot of it. It's just.
But yeah, Walkabout Games, I couldn't really turn it down. It was an awesome deal, and it simply didn't come out of our money, because we just are not people that have the money to just throw that out. It's not much, but it may as well be $1 million. So this happened to come along at the same time. The company said, "Oh, here, we're cutting everybody a little bonus check." I'm like, "Yep, I can either do what I've been doing with it, or I can get us a printer." And then I got us a printer, and Ashley is now up to like 3 dozen figures for herself or something crazy.
Do you have the other camera?
Yeah. Actually, you should use the other camera. Careful, don't bump that with.
I know. Well, I just meant turn the other camera on.
Yeah. Well, I'll show you. So you're gonna have to turn your light
Yeah, I'm
on.
turning my light on.
I'll show you what she's messing around with. Let's turn this on, and we'll switch it over. Hold on.
That's one guy. This is all one guy.
Hold on. Slow down.
I know. I'm just trying to get pieces to. That's all one guy. That's all one guy. That's one guy.
And Walkabout Games says his next printer is probably going to be an 8K or a 12K.
All right.
That's cool. I mean,
so you start up there.
Well, they can't see those. So those are Soviet T-80 tanks in the 6mm scale. And Ashley, who is not a Star Wars fan.
No, I like the AA walkers.
But she likes the walkers.
I got a dinosaur. A little penguin for our son. The German Shepherds for our son's girlfriend. Then I got this creature. I don't know what the hell it is.
You print it. Don't know what it is. But
it's cool looking. Then a winged one. There's one back there. There's 10 of them back over in that corner. There's 3 there.
See, Walkabout
Games.
Games.
And then this big set that's still being printed right as we speak.
That's the one that is supposed to be my guy there. That's parts of it. Actually, show Mythos. Yes, Mythos. It was cool of the company to do that, because honestly, I guess we could have made a smarter investment like in food and stuff, but it's all right. Those are the pieces so far for that. She's got the base done. That looks like the body, the claw.
The body. That's a foot. That's a foot. That's part of an arm. Those are shoulder pads, I believe. Deterrents.
Yeah, Walkabout Games. When you mix ADH, DDH with printing, you're gonna have a whole slew of things.
That's one of the arms. The rest of it's being printed. I'll have to basically go through every single one of those and make sure that's everything, but that's everything so far.
That's what she's been working on. So there you go,
5
Mythos.
minutes.
That's the one that you had sent us. Charles says his monthly bonus is whatever he gets from the recycler, $36. Hey, there is nothing wrong with finding things and reselling them. Nothing at all. Or recycling, because money is money. Only rich people look down on that stuff. Poor people are like, hey, I just found a bag of cans today. And you're like, woo, dinner. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. So if you can recycle stuff and make money, go for it. You may as well. I tried a side hustle where I was renting out Keegan on the dark web. He got a little bit irritated about that. None of these people spoke English, but he got a little bit mad at me. So I can't do that anymore. But otherwise, there's some good money for a bit there, Mini Wormut.
Oh, just wait. The New Year's, there's big plans coming for you.
For me? Uh-oh. Well, that doesn't sound very...
Well, we got to make our coffee money somehow.
Well, if I end up in an intensive care, you'll know it's for a new box of whatever. I got this starter set. But Greg,
Hey, we need that $200 box set. Come on.
Huh?
Be a part of the group.
No, I got enough miniatures for right now.
Yeah, no, I don't want the 6mm.
We got to start getting our... No, I don't mind the 6mm. I have tanks. I want to play 6mm. It's fun, but I got enough going on with what we're doing now. So... I
don't know. I think the 6mm is a cool idea, but I ain't painting those damn things.
Well, Charles, there you go. We used to recycle the kids' soda cans and then use that to go buy more soda.
That's what the kids did.
Back before it was $100 a 6-pack for a soda. Walkabout says he bought his first printer by selling Warhammer stuff. Hey, remember when your financial advisor said, invest in 401k? Greg's brain was like, oh, 40K. Okay, see? So take your 40K stuff and sell it. There's your retirement fund.
Oh, so I can take your 40K stuff and sell it?
Not right this moment.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying if you don't need it or it's extra. You know what I mean, Walkabout Games. That gives you extra money because that Warhammer stuff retains some value anyways.
Shit.
And yeah, printers were
cheaper.
Printers are a little cheaper now, but some of those filament ones too, with the dual colors and all these different kinds of nozzles you can put on them and all this, they're pretty up there too. And of course, all we're getting at the public level is nothing compared to what these companies use. You know what I mean? So they're just kind of releasing what they know sells. But yeah, yep. Recycle stuff works for sure.
Well, I mean, that's basically kind of what I did. I sold my Death Guard and Dakari.
Yeah.
And started the Tyranid army.
Yep. Yeah, she did. She decided to switch armies, so she sold her armies.
Well, with how much it, with
But you didn't really get, well, you got about what you paid for them, but they were painted. So people got a painted product already for what it cost them to buy in the store. So they sold. But then she turned around and took that for.
No, what did we buy for that? I don't remember what we did buy with it.
Your Tyranids, you bought stuff for that.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, she's got all sorts of stuff over there, and then. See, the models are starting to come out there.
Yeah. Almost.
Oh, well, at least we got a little game room to do stuff in. So it all works, you guys. It all works.
Come on. No. Get in the hole.
So, Vinny Warmat says he sold stock for his collection. I believe it, but at least you got some money back because, the stock market can crash.
All right.
You cannot have any power like we did in a storm, and you can still play tabletop games with candles. So,
Yeah, I was building. It was the.
No, we sat and played with the kids. I mean, 9 days, no power, man. 9 days, nothing. There wasn't even gas for 5-6 days later. So when you got tabletop games, don't require the internet or any of this other crap. You can just play and occupy time that way too. And Walkabout Game says his first printer many years ago was $1,200.
Ouch.
With only a 6x3x8 build plate. It was very small. Wow. Yeah. Well, that goes Walkabout Games as things get, more and more of them sell. Then the cheaper the prices become and the more they upgrade things to sell more. So,
close.
I mean, there's some fantastic printers out there. Keegan was showing me some that were really high end. One was as big as, you wouldn't have been able to put it in a room. That's like an industrial one. I'm like, yeah, no. We couldn't afford that. And where would we put it? It would take up, the room or part of the house. So my goal was just to try to print some more terrain. Apparently Ashley's goal was to amass an army big enough to wipe out my Space Marines without any hesitation. So that looks like that's coming to fruition because her guys can charge in a swarm, man. It ain't like, ooh, I'm going to charge one Space Marine. She charges with 20. You know what I mean? So
I got 50 freaking Termagants.
Microwaves used to be expensive. I remember my dad telling me a story about Disneyland where they introduced the first microwave at Disneyland. Now, I don't know. I wasn't even around them, but they started building that, and now you got microwaves in people's houses for $49 at the Big Blue store. So things like that tend to get a little cheaper, but stuff like food is going up. And Steve says maybe one day he'll get a printer. Yeah, it's you have so much knowledge listening to your shows. Who took my dice? Your mind is loaded with knowledge, so you could literally have it in your head. You're going to know what you can and can't do better than anybody else. I think. Well, thanks, Mito. She says the parts look good. They look great, Ashley.
Cool.
So they came out very well. Yeah, the first VCR. I remember the kids' grandfather at the time. I mean, before they were born, and I was just a kid, and I remember him saying he paid $1,200 for his Beta machine because Beta was kicking VHS's butt. I don't know how they reversed that. And so then you got the VHS tapes. And then when they got down to $700, people were buying them. I'm like, good God. Now you can go pick up a DVD player at the pawn shop for $10. So, yeah, Sony Beta. Yeah. Yep, the whole thing come up. I remember the thing popped up on its hinges and you put that tape in and you pushed it down. Yeah, what's a VCR? Yep. It's kind of interesting. On one side of the family, my grandfather, he came over into California from Oklahoma in a covered wagon and died when there was laptops. So he's seen, that's a big word again, plethora. I trying to use bigger words that sound fancy, but he's seen all that change. That's interesting. What's a VCR? Uh-huh. It's a Beta machine. It just costs less. And then when cable internet came out and people were getting cable, I remember that too. Now you can't live without everything being online, which, is kind of dumb because every time there's an internet outage or a power outage or a storm or stuff just doesn't work. So they rely too much on that infrastructure as opposed to just doing some of it the old-fashioned way. He was raised on VCRs. Hey, Lagoa, wow, I'm glad you joined, man. You have if anybody had a book like that, I can believe you would find it because you find all sorts of stuff. When I watch your show, it's like a librarian. Shows you how to use your new electric ranging stove. Black and white. You remember, you guys, when you were the remote, your parents said, hey, get up off the floor and go turn the channel? Yeah. Now today they don't even do that, and that's why all these TVs are getting cheap, man. Nobody's even really, people are literally aren't using them. You go to the store or look around, people are on their phones. Oh look, I binge watched Netflix on my phone. I'm like, why? Why would you want to watch everything on your phone? It's a little tiny screen, but they do. Yeah, see, walkabout games. It's like, get off your butt, son. Turn the channel to the other channel because it was either golf or golf. And then occasionally it was shows like my grandfather loved, but which would never be aired today, like the Jeffersons and Mel's Diner. I remember those two because they were pretty rowdy. And move the antenna to get a better signal. Stop breathing. You're interfering with our signal. Yeah. Now you just got to sit there and everything's done for you. But I think that's why TV prices are just plummeting down. Just from what I see, people just really aren't using their TVs as much. More or less, I think a good, go get a 32-inch one and use it as a monitor would be cool. You had Mythos had access only to the armed forces network. Well, at least somebody cleaned up what you were seeing, and that's all you could see. But that was for your safety, sir. So you remember that. Probably not much. I know when I visited my grandparents in Oklahoma, like I said, it was 2 channels, and man, there was golf on both of them. But we went outside and did things like go fishing or play in the dirt or, do things like that. Hey, Walkabout Games, thanks for stopping by. You have a good rest of the year for you, okay? But we appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. But yeah, times have changed, haven't they, Nagawa? I mean, they've really changed. And it's kind of funny to watch some of the newer generation like, well, how do you figure this out? Like when they put a telephone in front of the kids, the rotary phone, and they said, you got to figure out how to make a phone call. And they were just standing there. They had no idea how to use it. So,
what's the phone number?
Oh, you know what a rotary phone is? Oh, you do. That's right.
You know, some of the shows that you were saying, I know.
It's okay. Sometimes she gets feisty if she thinks she's getting older. I'm like, look.
Women don't age. Haven't you learned that?
Yes. So I just look at it like this, tomorrow's
we stay young
another day.
Forever.
If you say you're old, you're old. If you say you can't do something, you can't. I know this because the squirrels I talk to and the voices in my head, they keep me on a good path every day. Yep. So therefore you don't got to worry about it. But yeah, all this stuff's kind of interesting, and that's what I said. I mean, I did my share of the video game stuff. I like video games, don't get me wrong. Just kind of lost my taste. I mean, Pong, and then out come Atari, and that was cool, and then Nintendo, and then Sega Genesis, and then Atari Jaguar. And I've had all those systems, the Xbox. Our Xbox finally crapped out, and I'm like, I just don't feel like forking out $399 or $499 for an Xbox anymore. So I'd rather, if I have that money, I'm just going to invest it in what I'm doing now. I'm not too much into the video gaming stuff anymore. But it is fun once in a while to do. What'd you say there, Mythos? You said May? So you'll have to let us know, too, if you're going to do your Frost and Fist thing. And we will see what we can try. Oh, May. Yep. As soon as Christmas is over, they'll start bombarding you with Valentine's Day stuff. They'll start the whole thing all over again. How's it going over here, Ash?
I'm doing the last of the soldier part of
the
Germans. And then I have just the carrier. Or what the hell is it?
Transport.
The truck part. But everything else has been done.
So most all of those units are done then. She's got them pretty much done. I can only claim I built 2 pieces is all I got to build. So.
Well, like I said, we gotta get them done correctly.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. You may as well have fun with it. So, there's your printer.
I got a minute, so it's
it's almost done. Sounds like
the
it's
printer's done. It's up in the fluid.
Oh.
It's being washed.
Oh, you got it in the wash station? That's what that noise is. You can hear the woo.
Yeah, it's the fan that's in there, basically.
Yeah, that's rinsing it. So there you go, you guys. That's an update for us for the week. I mean, we got our work cut out for us, but consolidating some of these things so that we have a better schedule. We're just kind of doing whatever we can between now and the end of the year, and then we'll have something more of what we're going to do. But if you do look for on a different subject, TT Combat, they do have some pretty cool MDF stuff that we bought from, so I've liked it. I have some other little buildings around here too, and they're not expensive compared to other stuff. They're pretty sturdy once you put them together. I never had no problem with them. So actually, Ashley, you bought just for the heck of it a model at Harbor Freight and Tool for $150 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's over there behind you. I think she's gonna. It's just a model, just to build, but it wasn't for anything other than that. Well, but what did you buy? I don't remember. Was it?
It's a tank.
Was it the tank?
Yeah.
Oops.
I'm losing
Oh,
shit.
here. You're losing stuff. So I found this kind of interesting. I'll share it with you. Hold on. It's a wooden tank kit. So obviously not to scale anything we play, but
Nope,
they're
it's just gonna go up, sitting up on my desk.
But they're
somewhere.
$150. That's it. And it'd be good to see how easy it is. We're gonna kind of test it, and then if it's not too bad, it looks pretty simple. Then maybe it's something the kids would like. Start getting them in that direction too. What? Don't say uh-oh when you have little pieces over there.
I lost an arm. Nope, that's not it. I heard it at the table.
I get you, Charles, your comment here. So the reason I wanted the printer was basically terrain, not so much to add to armies, because I got pretty much enough to play with. Here and there you could add something like, I'm going to try this one that Mythos said it looks pretty cool, because I just don't have one. But my main goal was the terrain, because I'm one of those people that likes different terrain for different scenarios. And to me, you probably couldn't have too much terrain. And
you can never have enough.
Yeah,
terrain.
we do need to upgrade some of our terrain we've used over and over, and it'd just be nice to have some different things. So that's what we were going for with that. And my idea was, hell, this isn't out of my pocket. Really, it's a bonus. I can spend it on this, and in the future, maybe it will save me money on trying to buy terrain, because I can buy pre-made 15 millimeter terrain, but it's like $20 a building. And that's a bit pricey, or more. It depends on what you're buying. And I'm not knocking them, because the quality is pretty good. Like the one I was looking at, it's the top comes off. You can put your troops in there. They can have cover and whatnot. And they're multi-sectional buildings. But it's going to add up to a lot of money to try to do a Western town if you're buying them a piece at a time. What'd you find?
The arm.
Oh.
Bought the Home Alone movie Lego house kit and light set. Open the box, then put it up. It will be a challenge, IDOC said.
Oh wow. Kind of like the Griswolds. Do you guys remember National Lampoon's Vacation? Films, movies, whatever you want to call them. The Griswolds, when they put all the lights up on their house, it was dimming everything, and yeah. But yeah, Charles, you got a variety to play with. I've got enough to play with. I'm not since Jeff and Wardrobe kind of introduced me to the hex and counter stuff. That's an interesting thing I'm still pursuing and will stay interested in. I just can't get too deep into too many other games, because I've already got enough to do. You can't stand Chevy Chase? I just thought this is what would happen if it was, to one of our family members. Kind of remind me of a family member. So I always thought, well, that's the story. Mini Wormut says link. Do you want me to put a link in the messenger for you? Is that it? I know there's a delay, so let me know if you want a link to come on, or are you sending me a link, or link. Okay.
Link. Yes.
Okay.
Like
gotcha.
A wink?
Gotcha. Hold on. It's coming. Mini Warmutt. Give me a second.
Damn it!
What's wrong, Ash?
Oh, I can't get. I had a problem with the mortar set for
The mortar
the
sets?
Russians as well.
Hold on a second, Mini Warmutt. I'm going to send it to you through Messenger.
Ah! No, go in the hole. Go in the hole. Stay. Nope.
There you go. I sent it, sir. It's sent.
Stay. Now I'm trying to get these guys back in here.
Yeah, Charles. Just everybody wants to get printers for different reasons, and I think it's all fun. I mean, you know, we use it for whatever it is that you want to use it for. If, like I said, for me, it's mostly going to be geared at terrain. At least that's what I'm looking at now. You know, especially with Mini Warmutt got me a link last. Oh my God. It was last year already, damn, for my Legion box. And I bought that. Oh, here he is. And so we need terrain for that too. Hold on, Mini Warmutt. I will do it this way.
Hello.
There you go. You got sound.
Got sound all, yeah.
Yeah,
jumped
I
on
can
here
get
for a
rid
bit.
of
Why not?
Ashley's box there. Oops, let's do it this way.
Well, you don't have to big in me. You can
No, I'm not trying to. There we go.
So, anyways, just thought I'd join for a little bit. So
Well, thank you for coming around.
grace you with my presence.
Yes, thank you, Lord. For the master of your garage.
Yeah, I'm building the. Oh, please don't. It's probably gonna fall down. There's the
You're all right.
library.
What you got there?
That's just the top of the light.
Oh yeah, that's the top of it on.
Yeah, just gotta put the roofs on. There's the steps and all that. Good old 28 mil.
That's why I said I like TT Combat stuff. It's sturdy too. Once
Yeah.
it's together, at least. I mean, I can't speak for every piece they make, but the ones I bought, they're not junk when you glue them together.
Yeah. So, but I'm just trying to build up some of these MDF trains while I have the time off. So, just sitting there, and I don't know if this is obviously gonna be for a city kind of game, but
Yeah, but that's cool.
I will do that. I am gonna. I see a few, like I told you, a few videos of people doing Zombicide, but making it into like regular miniature wargaming stuff, and a lot of them use like little thin plastic strips because you know how there's zones,
Yeah.
and they use those plastic strips and they can make zones on and leave them on the table and stuff. So
Well,
I
what
think
was
it'd
the
be pretty
one?
cool.
You sent me the one, or I sent you one I found. I can't remember how it went, but the guy had the Zombicide board in all the walls printed, and stuff inside of it printed. And I thought that was, phenomenally amazing. But I don't know how he did all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out myself because then that'll make Zombicide real interesting. So I got the itch to do a game. No, quit. Customers are calling me on a freaking Sunday. I got what do we call it? The Zombicide Santa game, and I've been itching to play here, so I might throw it on the board or on the table on the board. So
Yeah, you may as well do like a battle report on it or something.
yeah.
I
Just
leave it to you to make it a terrifying thing.
well,
Not
yeah,
enough that your trees have teeth and your packages explode, and
it makes it so much fun. So I mean, I have a blast watching players struggle.
I know you do. You're
So
like, you're gonna die. And
Yeah.
poor Ashley in that one game just kept running in a circle, trying to funnel them on, just one step off. That was
yeah, especially those players that sit there when they know the inevitable, but they just keep on prolonging the game.
Don't
Don't
want to die.
And if I would have won doing that, then
You were not going to win.
We're not gonna win.
You're not gonna win that one.
Thanks, Brian.
Well, I just played so many of
No
them.
confidence. Woo!
Oh, but anyway.
Well, when you get to the point where, especially them dogs, once we played with the dogs, that's a lot of moves, a lot of zones. That
Yeah.
you're
So, but a couple people been saying, hey, because a lot of them subs have joined my channel because the Zombicide stuff, and I've kind of been in a World War II kick here lately. You know, thanks to let's say Jeff McMurray. I guess I could blame Todd. Why not? He's guilty just for whatever. And then Josh from War
Greg,
Game
no,
New Historical. Huh?
Ashley goes, you could blame Greg. I said, no, he didn't blame me.
No.
I'm a 15 millimeter
Greg's
guy.
got a little part of 15 millimeter responsibility.
I get the blame for that one. I don't want all the blame. You know what I mean?
Here. Oh. Let's see.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Here it
That's
is.
the starter set we got. Yep.
Yeah,
Starter
and
set.
got a couple of the pickup trucks and stuff.
Yeah, I seen those. Those are like Keegan has those too. They're pretty cool when you paint them. You can make them look like that that era type of truck.
And then, see, my wife, she gets frustrated with me because I'm either all in or I'm not. And so that's just the type of personality I have.
What's that? Kirsten. Oh, wow. So you've got me beat on Flames of War. I mean, I can play with you. I got a bunch of German equipment troops, the late war.
Yeah. So I'm having a blast. I'm trying to get stuff primed up. I'm taking a little break building this thing, and then I'm building another little building, and then I'll get back to priming because of the paint challenge and all that. It's so looks like we're gonna have pretty much the same people we had from last year. So that's pretty cool. So minus you though.
Why?
Yeah, I thought you're not involved.
With what?
Are you gonna be in it or not? You are on the spot right now, Greg.
Of what?
The paint challenge in January.
Oh yeah, I told you I was gonna be. I saved my militia for that. I haven't even touched them.
Yeah, I know Ashley's not.
The other one was just kind of a little short notice for me, and all this crazy stuff at work, dude. It just by the time I get home and I'm done, and it's 8:30 at night with everything, it's almost too hard sometimes to sit down and go, I want to paint, but I also just want to get a shower and lay down, kind of a thing.
Yeah, that Vesda stuff you got there, that's 1/100 scale, and that's 15 mil, man.
Yeah, it is.
So you can put that in there with the Flames of War and whatever else, man. That'd be awesome.
I guess you could cross use those. The game system is cool.
I remember building the model kits way back then. They were cheap and they weren't that too bad either.
Nope, and they're generally pretty detailed. And for a long time, like I was saying earlier, they got the original Gale Force 9 tank starter set, and some of the tanks you get the cards. Then once they had the cards, they'd start buying the Zvezda models because they were half price, literally. But now, with all this political chaos and all the restrictions that our government's throwing on Russia and all, I don't even know how much, if they're even in business, because you can't really find any of their stuff. When you do, it's overpriced.
And they've gotten the prices gone up, man, because they were cheap. So
well, they built a reputation for decades. It's not like they're just an up and coming company. They've been around a long time.
Yeah,
but and it's too bad that all this other stuff interferes with the average person who doesn't care and is not involved in all that. They're just like me and you, wanting to do whatever to get by.
Oh yeah. Hey, Mythos, take it easy and tell your daughter said happy birthday. Yeah,
have a good happy birthday with her, Mythos.
December birthdays are always the best.
December birthdays, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then you get your holidays, and then you get your birthdays, and
yeah, I've been 50 for a week now.
All right, dude. Cool.
Yeah.
Just string it out.
Yeah.
I remember when I was little, my aunt was, "Don't you really want to be and do Christmas?" I said, "No, I want to do Hanukkah. That's 7 days. I don't want one day."
Get that.
Well,
Yeah,
you get 7 gifts, or with Christmas, you get probably a dozen gifts.
Well, no, it was 7 days, right? So
Hanukkah, yeah.
I just like to throw it out.
Well, technically 8.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But they
That's
didn't.
funny.
You didn't start getting the presents
Technically-
and all that.
You keep using the word technically. When did you go to lawyer school? Technically. But it's a crazy time of year. So at least you got your time off for your birthday. You got to rest and have some fun and enjoy yourself.
I'm off for next week too. But see, the difference with my vacation, my wife rolls her eyes, "Girl, eat." But I said, yeah, but yours are paid for one thing. You have paid vacation.
Yeah.
Mine isn't. And when I get back to work, my work schedule like doubles. So,
Well, it's because it's your company, right? And,
And I gotta
you're
catch- yeah.
responsible. You take
and I
out
got
too
to
long.
catch up. So
Yeah. It backs up on you.
yeah,
Well,
so
you're gonna be taking off in March, right?
we'll see what happens there because got a little issue going on the home front here.
Okay. Well,
Uh,
if you can make it, that would be cool.
oldest daughter's we're not sure if the oldest daughter's gonna be moving back in with us with the two grandsons or not. So that causes a dilemma here because which is the next biggest room in this house?
Whoa, where are you going to put all your miniatures?
I don't know.
Somewhere. Okay. So you own your own business. You might make enough to buy a
So,
decent little shed. And put it outside. All right.
we were talking about that.
You're not going to freeze to death because you're.
But the summertime's Greg in the shed. Come on, man.
Well, but that's why they make a fan, sir. Or
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean. I'm just sure.
Yeah.
Go get yourself one of those window ACs or something, and
Yeah.
take a sawzall, cut a hole in the side of that shed. There you go, hillbilly
Yeah.
style. You could
Now,
you could
see-
make it work.
Wife is being optimistic. She's more than than I am. I'm just sitting. I call it getting prepared. So I look at the what if. Okay, if this is what's going to happen, all right, what am I going to do?
And
You
how
know, I try
well,
to-
it depends how long term too. See, so
Yeah.
the
so-
short term, you got the couch or the front room or whatever.
Yeah, my youngest daughter, she graduates this year, and she flat out says, "I am not going to be a babysitter." And I don't blame her. I mean, she's got her own life to get going and stuff.
Oh yeah.
She'll probably live that dorm life in college or whatever. So
Well, you got things you got to do too. You know,
yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
all you can do is get up tomorrow and take it from there. And
Yeah,
just
and
be
I
happy
told-
you
I
got
told-
up. Yeah.
My oldest, she's got some serious, pride and all that. And I said, there's nothing ashamed about moving back in. I mean, especially with the situation. You know?
Well, you know what? That's as parents, that's what you're there for, right?
oh
Is
yeah,
to help your kids, obviously, if they need it. It's one thing if they're, going to try to take advantage, but pride also is a downfall. If you got too much of that, it'll hinder what you're going to do.
oh yeah. So
That's
Yeah.
cool, though. Hopefully, it all works out however you and your family need it to. And
Charles and Miss Sprayer, yeah, Miss Sprayer. Woo-hoo. So
He's
that was-
talking about one of those ones from Temu, that are operated on battery. And he's
Oh, so I see Charles wants to do 2,000 orcs. Is that
I
what he
don't
said?
know where you'd put 2,000 orcs. That's a lot of
No
orcs.
way,
on the
dude.
table.
I mean, I think orcs are great and all that, but man, so don't have so many of those.
Oh, Mito says Puppet War is a brand. Yes, that's the file he gave us was Puppet War. So we're going to show you guys what it looks like when it's fully assembled.
I think it's a puppet. Oh, are we talking more 3D crap again?
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah,
Once you're going to get a 3D printing farm going, Mythos, like 15, 20 machines in the garage. And,
Yeah, Lily would kill him.
no, I'm not talking to
So-
Mythos. I was talking to Brian.
Oh, you said meet those.
Yeah.
here,
Yeah, so
here's-
poor Ashley's right over here, and she's lagging. She suffered from lag.
uh-huh.
That was the conversation, yep.
So here, you want to strike up a juicy conversation?
Sure.
People who buy 3D printers, are they sellouts from the actual hobby?
You know what? I don't know. I guess that would be an opinion for me. I will be honest. I'll stand my ground. What I've pretty much always said. I basically just want it for terrain. Usually,
Yeah.
if I'm going to buy the stuff and support the company, that's generally where Greg will be. Now, the terrain is pretty much what I would like to do to print the terrain. But some of the
Yeah.
stuff I want to print isn't going to be associated with anything other than what I'm doing. So I kind of look at it that way because
I just brought that up, but you know what? Honestly, I don't believe it. to strike a conversation.
Well, you'll strike one. Some people
Because
probably get upset.
I understand the savings part of it, yeah, and stuff. So
Well, you know what? On the
I don't
other-
know about savings for say.
really,
Yeah, you can save some money.
You'll
but
save a little bit, but I don't know if it's
You gotta buy the
massive
printer,
amount.
then you got to buy the filament, and then you got to go through the trial and error. And once you get it down, if you're printing things, that's fine. But like I said, ours a different situation. I can't speak for other people. Ours that was a bonus money thing. So why
Yeah.
not do it? Because maybe it'll work. Now it's worked to Ashley's advantage. She's got damn near 30 figures ready to go to war with me sitting over here.
yeah, but you know what? You print them, you gotta paint them, man.
Yeah.
Done.
Print them, you gotta paint them.
Nice. Ashley just completed all those Avesna models. So damn.
Well,
There we go. Now we got a
This
conversation going
one's
on.
got to dry because I accidentally put glue up in the hole for the flag.
How are we gonna attach the flag?
Let it dry first, and then he put the flag in.
Huh, did you just snap at me? You did.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Methos got it.
Whoa.
I was waiting for it. So I was just
Yeah,
bringing up a subject there.
he's just Mythos. He's just trying to
That's
stir the
dirty.
pot. Well, at this time of year, everybody's cooking. I mean, Warmutt's got the whisk, man.
No, if
Yeah,
I got
we're-
a 3D printer, it was strictly because you guys know I got the miniatures. It'd be just for a train, so and I'd go there.
Ooh, I think first Weird World War II says 40 years in the hobby. And then he said using speed paints as a
Well,
sellout.
that goes parallel with 3D printing because speed paints actually helps get the paint faster, get the miniatures on the board or on the table. I keep saying board, and then with 3D printing saves money from buying and whatever. So kind of hand in hand, just kind of.
Well, I think they're useful for some of this. He says that's cheating. And then Charles is all temper, young folks. Yeah, it's all right. We're good. This is therapy, Charles. Unlicensed, unregulated, and non-charged. And we have a disclaimer for all of it, so it's okay if people speak their minds. We're good.
Yeah. So
And
no, itching to get games going here, but man, I'm sorry. You call me Snooty, Starkey, whatever you want. I am not having no dang gray mini on my tabletop. It's gonna be painted.
no,
They're
it's
gonna-
no, most everybody wants to have their stuff painted before.
Yeah.
They do it. And
So-
if not, if new people are coming in, they want a game. I don't know of anybody who is quote snooty like that would say no. You have to have it painted for us to teach you. I think most gamers would help just about anybody wanting to learn without it being painted. Painting's like the next
Yeah.
step when you
Yeah.
get into it. But so
If
I
you're learning
prefer.
the game, yeah.
Ask Ashley. I gotta get the decals on this, and I gotta do that, and I want them to look, good on the table.
Mhm. And then you can sit there and cry once one gets knocked off in the first round.
Well, yeah, that's gonna happen too. Ashley built me a very nice sniper for Warhammer, and it failed every time, so I sold him on eBay.
That's right.
That's right. I sold him with about 4 others that were with his group that couldn't do nothing.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm the one rolling the dice, but I'm telling you, no matter what I did, it never worked. So I got rid of them, and I still have bad dice rolls, but at least not as bad.
Not as bad.
Um,
So no.
and you just got to enjoy it. I mean, I'm more like, I know these companies sometimes make a lot of money and do this and that, but on the other hand, if we didn't have the companies, Brian, we wouldn't have the products.
It's true.
So if you want to print something, print something. If you don't. I mean, like me, and I think if you had a printer, you'd be doing a lot of training too. Like things that don't exist, I'd like to design.
yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. So heck, man, start printing and then start selling them. Why not? So
Well, Weird War II says that's how it is. The freshly painted unit's always doomed to die. Sometimes I think the enemy can smell the paint.
that's what. Yeah, that's the thing.
And Mythos kind of agrees. That's the freshly painted death syndrome. Yep.
It's like
Yeah, I mean,
blood in the water.
it's like blood in the water. Look, there's a new model. He doesn't have any dust on his shoulder pads. Target him. And the entire table targets that one little unit.
Well, let's weather him up good.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I got me
Yeah.
some mortars, some cannons, and planes, and whatever. Yep.
Oh yeah. So,
Whatever you want to do to it. But like I said, for us, the printing was just kind of happenstance on this. We had the printer before. But see, like I said, those files we got from Modifius, I bought them from Modifius, which I like as a company, and their files were perfect. We had zero problem printing their files. And my son got way more than what he spent because he's able to print multiple types. You can change the castle configurations around. So in that case, if you have the printer, you want to buy the files, you're gonna save more money than ordering it. And I think some of these other companies are going to start doing that as 3D printing comes on. It's just a guess. More and more, they might just start designing, STL files they'll sell. And you'd have original stuff, but you could print it yourself, which would be cheaper too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're doomed. That's right.
Tell you what, this TP Combat brings me back to my model kit days, man. That's all I think I enjoy getting these the whole time. Because they're like a model kit, you just whatever. Oh. What's going on, chat? I'm not reading.
I've been reading some of it there too. Mythos says Frost they played 2 games of Shatterpoint with unpainted minis. But now I know I like it. I'll be painting them up. Well, so that makes sense. And that is how the world works.
Huh.
But Weird World War II says he's got some Modifius STLs around here for being that's a bonus for beta testing he did for him. Fallout vehicles and buildings. See, Fallout transitioned really well over to the table, although it's token heavy, right, Brian? But the sarcasm and all that makes Fallout what it is transitioned over pretty well.
Netflix is coming out with that Fallout series, man.
Yeah, let's see if it holds up to it. I mean, it's interesting that our hobby really is now influencing a lot of what they're coming out with and things too. So
a video game, I mean, that came out first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They transitioned over well though, man. Just like Elder Scrolls, I'm telling you, it literally transitioned right over. And it was easily done.
Yeah. Brian was on Shadow and Sun's live feed yesterday, day before, whatever, and they were talking about what is your aliens or whatever. And they're talking about what would be your scariest encounter, alien encounter or whatever, something like that. And I don't know if I think they skipped over, just didn't see it in the chat. Have you seen the movie Spectral? It's a Netflix movie.
No.
Oh, it's just, if you know what a Spectre is, that's what this alien is like and stuff. It's pretty cool. Oof. And then I also brought up the aliens from Bird Box. You seen that?
I haven't seen it, but I heard about it.
Oh, watch the one. Don't watch the newest one that came out that was made in Spain, but watch the one with Sandra Bullock. Bird Box. Okay. Oh my gosh, and that's on Netflix. You guys can look that up and watch it. And I thought those aliens were pretty dang scary because you can't open your eyes. If you open your eyes, they find you.
Oh my God! How the hell do you get around?
You're blind, man.
That's kind of scary.
I heard that actually the movie got a lot of good ratings.
Yeah, it was kind of a different concept at the time when it came out. You're like, oh my gosh, I mean, that's got to be, that'd be tough for a miniature game to have something like that. Huh. So, I don't know, but anyways, and then the other one was The Quiet Place. You've seen The Quiet Place, right, with John Krasinski and Emily Blunt.
Oh my God! I don't watch much movies, dude. I really don't watch much movies anymore.
Do you have Netflix? You gotta have Netflix.
I don't have time. I literally don't really have a lot of time. But hold on a second. Weird World War II said Bird Box critters are cool. They will drive you instantly mad. And he's wondering if they'll ruin Beverly Hills. Probably.
Oh, that's right. Beverly Hills movie's coming out soon. So, Judge Reinhold, man, talk about a little bit of too much Botox.
Some of it, if they try to redo it, it depends on if they redo it and hold true to it, or if they redo it and try to make it politically correct, or whatever they're going to do. Yeah. Because some of the stuff just gets ruined. For what, babe?
For your guy.
How are you missing pieces?
I don't think I added it correctly.
Oh,
that reminds me. My wife was asking about dinner and stuff. What's for dinner, Ashley?
She turns and looks at you. You can't throw anything, ma'am. You'll ruin my screen. Don't do that.
Who said I was gonna throw anything? I got a nice little.
Anyway, I'm not scared.
No, I think I'm gonna just basically make breakfast for dinner.
Ooh, that's always a fun thing. I don't know why.
Every
Some
once in a
steak
while.
and potatoes and eggs.
Yeah. So
So you go to Quick Star, you get these little like beef steaks, like $2.50. You bake a potato and cut it up and fry it, and you got steak and eggs for dirt cheap.
yeah.
Yep,
Well,
that's what's going to be our dinner.
cool. I think we're just having hamburgers.
Uh,
Grill hamburgers.
hamburgers are good though.
Yeah. Sundays are always I don't know. My wife's just whatever's fast. So
So she's going to grill them then, or
oh yeah, she makes good hamburgers, man. She gets makes them all up patty and all that stuff. And
yep,
and
handmade
whatever.
ones are best.
Yeah, so I guess I gotta go get us a grill again. I purposely haven't got us a grill for a long time because, it's kind of a fantasy thing. Get a grill and grill outside, blah blah blah. Grill in June, July, and August.
No,
Yeah,
No,
so-
I'm in Arizona.
but I
yeah,
do
that's what I'm
grill.
saying. Just
We'll grill out here when it's snowing, and people look
No,
at us.
rephrase
funny.
that. You will.
So, Brian, the other Brian says you need to do a Zombicide Weird World War II game with all those new World War II minis you got. What?
I wish it would come. I'm surprised they haven't done a.
What's
I
up,
don't know.
Keegan?
Why Cool Mini or not hasn't done a Zombicide World War II. I don't know if it's because of the Nazi thing or something, or I don't know.
Well, some of them are afraid to put out the Nazi stuff. The problem is it's historically accurate, but then they're worried
Yeah.
about offending people. But I mean, that is what it was then. So really,
Yeah, I'm missing a shoulder pad. Damn it! I thought I printed two.
well,
It's all right. We'll make sure, and then we'll get them printed. It's not
at
gonna
least he
take-
has legs. I was worried the other day you were going to send him into battle with no legs.
I was gonna make a wheelchair.
Nice.
Yeah, that's true, Brian. They might be making that dust into something like that since they got the rights to it. So we'll see. Oh yeah,
You want your coffee?
but
It all depends, yeah.
nah. I know a lot of people, and I claim it. I love it. I love Zombicide and all that, but I don't want to be totally fully known for Zombicide. I want to be, I want to be the.
Yeah, but
butterfly.
you're known for your trash train, sir. That's why
I haven't done that for a long time.
I know, but that's way back a little bit. I mentioned that because you had all these trash train things you were doing, and I call you my plastic crack dealer because I'm like, Greg can't afford it. Okay, watch this. I just found him a link where it's half off, and I'm like, God dang it! Now I'm not paying the electric bill, and I'm buying this.
Dude, that stuff from Game Steward was freaking cheap.
That was a killer. It right there said I saved all this money. I'm like, wow, yeah.
Yeah, you go look for that stuff now. It's expensive.
Oh, I know. It was way worth it. Way worth it.
So, no.
Yeah, there's some good deals out there, man, on some of that stuff, and you seem to find them. So
No.
it's like Legion. There's $119 for the box even now, and you sent me that link. It was $62.
Yeah,
Like I couldn't refuse that because I've been wanting to get it. And I'm like, well, let's see, $60 off, literally, or $58 technically. I mean, I may as well. I can't pass it up. So.
Oh, the paint challenge stuff, Brian. I'm just like I tell everyone, I'm doing it just twice a year, man. Just I don't want to, I see a lot of people. Well, they used to. I don't know if there's any channel. I may be wrong, but that do once a month challenges or once every 2 months. This thing in January, and then I could get, for me personally, get back to my own kind of stuff, and everyone else can get back to their own stuff, and then September. So January, I picked January because it's slow for me work wise, and then September is when it starts. It doesn't get too slow, but it starts. So, but yeah, I have fun. I actually have more fun seeing what everyone else comes up with and how much they get done a month, and stuff. So,
So World War II says you're known for your painting challenges, and he wants you to do a group build or a trash train build.
you do it.
Keegan says he
All right,
needs to find the Zombicide Scooby-Doo gang. Oh wow, that would be.
Well, you can print those up on your 3D printers, man. They're everywhere. Etsy's got the whole dang thing for sale from tons of people got.
Really?
Oh yeah, you get the mystery machine for like $9 on Etsy right now. Whoever printed it up. So
There you go, Keegan.
yeah,
Weird World War II says Colts. They got lots of Scooby Gang minis.
yeah, I was checking out that. That's a pretty cool place, Colts 3D. And Thingiverse, you could be in there forever.
Oh, you can be in a couple of them. The problem is, like I said, Weird World War II is some of the stuff is not scaled correctly. So that's just going to be a challenge for us resizing things, really.
Yeah, how do you know if it's scaled correctly or not? I mean, is it just
it's supposed to be, it'll tell you 28 millimeter, but then you
Yeah.
print it out and it's like, yeah, that's not 28 millimeter.
or is it 28 super?
Yeah, I don't know. And so I tried printing
know.
like one thing for a tank and it was way off. I'm like, this is not the correct scale. But yet that's what it said it was. So
Huh.
I don't know. I think you got to weed through some of that stuff too.
Yeah, so trial and error kind of stuff. All right.
Yeah.
Oh.
What kind of train you working on, Charles? I know it's a delay. But he's making some homemade train. But I had fun doing my Sculpey ones and then resin casting. It's all the same stuff, but I made those. I was pretty proud of the stuff I made.
Oh, cool. Doing the hills. Good
So
deal.
now,
And well, that's the other thing on Amazon. Trees. They got all sorts of those trees from I can't pronounce the company for like you get like 32 trees for like $8 or something.
yeah, but is it scaled right for the tanks?
Yeah, dude, aren't trees small and tall and all that? So,
Yeah, but some will be disproportionate.
you're talking to a landscaper here, man.
Yeah, so that's why I'm at. Well, that's what I'm asking you. So
Yeah.
look at it. Does it look right? That's all I would do. Is if
Yeah.
it looks right, then get them.
I think they're great for 15s and 28s easily, but yeah, and there's a lot of people that make them. I'm like, crap, these are good enough. It looks like a tree, so hey, it's a tree. So
Yeah, I mean, some of these guys got cool tables. They got like it'd be like a 4x4 piece of plywood, and if you watch some of the tutorials, it's just plywood, but thick plywood, like 5/8 or 3/4 inch. And they'll build all sorts of. By the time they're done, it's like this muddy battlefield with little things of water and stuff. And
oh yeah,
it's really cool looking to try to fight through. And if I had the time and ability to do that, I would.
oh, the railroaders, those guys are the ones that are great at that stuff. The
HO scale and all that.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not quite right though for 15 millimeter. It's like off.
Yeah.
Charles says a hill which would work with 15 or 28s. Hills you can work with, yeah. You made additional river plates.
Yeah, 15s it's a big hill. 28s it's a small hill.
And there's a lot of water texture too stuff, so you can make, texture like waves or little waterfalls and whatnot. You can do that too. So
Oh yeah, man, it's fun. So I just been I keep buying starter sets.
but you know what? The starter sets are actually a good deal, Brian, because
Yeah.
that starter set you got for oh my god, the first one, the Team Yankee starter set.
Yeah.
You got way more than the $50 you paid for that in that box. You're not going to get those individually for that, plus the rule book and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
So those starter sets sometimes have hella good deals when you get them as to what's in them compared to what you spent.
Oh yeah. So, and that's one thing I don't understand is these, okay, all you 40Kers out there, you could chew me out all you want, but like the Warhammer 40K players and all that, they're so involved in the Warhammer 40K, and it seems like they don't want to step out and try other stuff, and there's so many independent games out there where you can actually literally use what you have 40K for those other games,
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking money wise, that's I don't know.
But he says it's an addiction, so he's right, because if you look at the psychology with that game, look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And just my mistake in life was when I was younger, I took criminal psychology. Don't ever do that, because you'll look at TV and you'll just start going, yeah, no, this is a lie. And after a while, it becomes overwhelming. But you look at the psychology of that game. It's like Fortnite. Look at how they designed it. Cartoony. You almost can win. It creates an addiction. It reminds you of your childhood. It pulls you in with all these colors. It's psychologically a pull. And they do that on purpose. Like Warhammer, so complicated. By the time you get it down, you have accomplished something. All this lore, you've accomplished something. Well, why are you going to give that up? Now you've got a customer who's, a lot of them won't give it up.
Yeah.
And they don't have to. It's not a complaint. It's just, it is designed to pull you in and retain you on those products. So that's why I ask other people who play it more, because I like the game and I like the lore, and I'm not upset with anything with it. I don't know it all because I'm doing other stuff too.
Okay. That's what got me away from it, was because when I first started the wargame, I was doing the 7th edition, and I played maybe 5 or 6 games. And it's like, okay, get a little bit. And then the guy was showing me these books, these codices, all these codices and this. And I'm like, okay, dude. and then he's talking about how 6th edition, 5th edition, how you had to buy it. I was like, nah. That's when I started looking at other stuff. Now, the minis are great. Everyone could agree with that. The minis are great.
Some of them are going to have things like Team Yankee. You're going to have your rule book then. It makes sense to have a book for the German army. It makes sense to have a book for your, whatever army you're doing, because it's specific to that. So you're not going through this big giant book trying to find your stuff. So some of that makes sense, and other times it don't. And other Brian says, be surprised how many people have no idea of the large wargaming. The wargaming community is huge. Millions of people that are there kind of under the radar, just like D&D has always been millions of people. But now that these actors and all of a sudden decide to start promoting it, then it surged, right? So Warhammer has been there for 30, 35 years. It's not going away.
Yeah.
It's a long-term thing, but that's why I think some of them can't give it up. It is very addicting. And it's very much, they do have to learn a lot. And I commend these people that can do that have the time to be able to do it. I just don't have the time to do that. I'll watch a video and they're talking about all this lore and this intricate stuff. And I'm like, holy cow, I just am not at that level.
It also seems like when some do venture out to outside of Warhammer, they seem to fall into bolt action. I see a lot.
It's war,
Yeah. So they transition to bolt action real well. What's that guy's name? Big channel now. He's making a living off it. Mordian Glory or something. Mordian something. It's Mordian, and I think it's Glory. But anyways, he's done a major transfer over there, and he still comes back to the Warhammer stuff too. But yeah,
Warhammer is cool. I mean, it's a cool game. It's just we're diversified like you are, and like the other Brian, and like a lot of us. Charles plays all sorts of things. It just depends on what you want, as to what you want to get into.
Oh, and Charles, the CD stuff, I do that with my trees. I'll put 3 or 4 trees on a CD and put down the scenics and all that, and call it good. So, yeah.
I don't know what. Okay, so Brian there from Weird World War II, you said Games Workshop will fellas all companies do, and they'll just run out the IP and stop all the gaming. I don't know if they'll do that, because they have a very large and very dedicated community in the millions. It's not like you're going to I don't think you can pull the plug on them. I wouldn't want them to go down. I like a lot of the models and stuff. None of the stuff I've ever bought has been crap. Yeah. So I can say, I know it's expensive, but when you buy it, you're not getting junk. So
I mean,
like their books, they're beautifully done and whatnot. So hopefully they don't go belly up. I don't think they will. There's just too much behind them.
I got the one of the kill teams and the Age of Sigmar, the first ones, whatever, and the Tempest Soul, Dark Vengeance, Blackstone, and then I got Curse City sitting over here. That Curse City, man, those minis are freaking awesome.
Are they?
Well, yeah.
Brian
it's awesome.
Brian from Weird World War II. Yeah, I mean, them venturing into video games with Warhammer just makes sense, because they're branching out now to another kind of gamer. And a lot of video gamers I know, I've been playing video games since they come out, and I've been in communities on Xbox Live and whatnot. And a lot of them don't know the board games. They don't know Tabletop World exists other than Battleship or Monopoly, right? They don't know all this other stuff is out there, and so they stay there, and that's what they're comfortable with. And so, if for Games Workshop to venture out making Warhammer video games, which I've played a few of them, I mean, it makes sense to me that they would do that from a business end. Why not? Because now you're covering the other spectrum of gaming.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see, I guess, what will happen down the road. They're pretty much they're pretty established as a company, just like Battlefront, you know. So they're pretty established, and I like a lot of stuff. For me, the 3D printing is more geared at terrain, and a lot of other people like Charles and stuff. Charles would benefit from a 3D printer. He likes to do all of his own stuff. He makes up some cool scenarios and does his own games, and I think that's really cool. And so he would probably benefit if he had one, because although he would end up with 2,000 orcs at some point.
Yeah, I think Santa's going to have a 3D printer coming my way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I kind of...
I always knew there was a reason they ended deer season before the end of the year.
Hey,
actually,
that's what the E6000 is.
You know, that sounds really bad, right? So the E6000, oh my God, many more months. Hey, you really just made that. That's really just funny. So what she's asking for, you guys, is E6000 as a glue. And that should be out there, Ashley, in the silver tube. Oh my God, that just looked terrible.
It does.
Like, wait, is the live stream over? Were you supposed to ask that question? Not E6000. I'm sorry.
Oh man. But anyway.
Oh boy. Hello,
I just
Cody.
thought I'd pop on here, man, to see what's, haven't been on your live feed for quite a while.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on. It just the end of the year is kind of crazy for everybody.
Yeah.
And Brian says you have awakened. You're gonna love it. So.
It isn't awakened yet, man. So,
but you got all the good deals on your starter sets, and really you can't go wrong. You're just gonna get more money out of that way.
42.25 from the Team Yankee starter, and
but that's killer.
And then the same for the one I'm doing, the Clash of Steel, and the Stalingrad. They were all like, this guy was doing it, one of those Christmas things, whatever. And it was a brief thing. I was like, crap, bye.
Yeah.
Anyways, but I've been, when you look at all this, then you sit there and it forces you to think like, dude, all right, stop, and I laugh about it, but I'm going to try to slow down here. I mean, well,
you can only do so much now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's me and Ashley were talking about that a little while ago, in the same sense that we look around and it's like, we got enough games to play. There's always something new and exciting coming out that you're going to want to get, because this is like the golden era of this type of gaming. It wasn't like this 20 years ago. And so today, you just have all this, everything. It's almost too much.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ashley, do you realize how your comment looks? It just really was like, that's funny.
We're trying to figure out what color.
Yeah. Good one, Brian. Oh, babe. Here, hand me that. Hand me the camera. Careful. There we go. Yeah, what color? Well, what color turn is? Purple? Something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then, so yeah, I don't know.
Well, I wanted to get some of this put together.
Your tipping point will come, where World War II said. Well,
I'm sure
that's kind of where we're at. Really, we just want to be able to finish up what we have, start getting a gaming schedule, and downsize some of the things so we can do quicker games. Now, that doesn't mean I'm selling all of our stuff. Just we want to get it to where, because we generally do a weekly game. We want to try to do a little more now that Keegan's here. We got to ask the question there. What's up? We were talking about everything in general. Please don't ask us what the E6000 is. It's blue.
Well, I got all these pieces, but I don't have any glue to really put them together.
So answer their question. They asked what was going on.
Oh, you guys been chit-chatting about everything.
Gaming wise, a lot of Warhammer 3D printing and games in general. But yeah, it's an interesting time for sure, man. Yeah, you got a lot of possibilities. But it's like this game I just picked this one up, but it's been damn near a year, Brian, since
Really?
it's here. Yeah, like October or November when I put it's back on my channel. You can look at the unboxing; it's way back there, and I'm like, well, we really need to put it together because the first of the game we played was really kind of a cool concept.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to kind of group our stuff. I mean, to me, that's part of a hex encounter kind of environment because that's what it is, just with miniatures. So we don't want to get too spread out, but for printing, it's mostly, well, for me, it's mostly going to be just some terrain.
Well, I'm telling you.
Or the side game that I'm playing or wanting to play. So,
I'm
which was inspired by Charles because of him and all of his ingenious games he comes up with. They're just oddball games he comes up with and says, well, I'm doing this and this. And I'm like, you know what?
All right, I got to take that apart.
I should just run with some imagination and get away from all these set things and do my own thing here and there. So that's all it is.
Yeah. So, yeah. What was I going to say? I already forgot what I was going to say. Dang it.
Well, it's all good, Brian. We thank you guys for showing up. You can go get your dinner if you want.
Yeah, we need to, because you said Restream does the same thing. We should share streams, dude.
Yeah, it does. I just, like, if you said, hey, Greg, tomorrow at 7 o'clock, if you want to do something, let me know. I set an event and I send you a link. You sign on. It sends it to your channel.
Yeah, it does wonders for everyone's channel, actually.
Yeah, it props it up all. You could have me, you, and whoever else. You could have like 5 people or more.
And that
and
way
all
you're
goes to their channel.
Well, it's one of the best. I think it's one of the smartest marketing tools, I guess, is because you got your crew watching you. Well, they're gonna see all the other channels. Like, hey,
it cross promotes all the channels doing it.
Yeah,
and it gives everybody the same airtime.
Which
adds to doing whatever you want to do with your stats. The other Brian says, don't cross the streams. Yeah.
Don't cross.
Yeah, we watch Ghostbusters. We know not to cross the streams. It's bad.
What's Ghostbusters?
It was a movie I watched once when I watched movies.
It just sucks.
Can't eat s'mores anymore because of that giant marshmallow.
Anyways, whatever. Just had a couple s'mores not too long ago. So
there you go.
My wife's don't like to see her driving through, coming in the driveway. But
all right. Well, we can set up a time. Any of you guys, if you want. It just depends. It does the same.
I wonder how it go with gaming. Doing the, someone hosting the game and then share everyone's channels and while we're gaming, I guess.
Yeah. See, like how we're doing it now.
Yeah.
In your feed to your YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
You would be getting all whatever's on the screen. So yeah, we could switch this over. Say just switch it over like I do to Ashley's table, and you could switch one of yours over and add a camera because Restream lets you add a camera. So I went back to StreamYard just to see if they were actually better. And boy, please don't hate me for this. And I was looking, I'm like, it doesn't do the same. And to add an extra camera, it's a lot more money. So I can add an extra camera with this, and that camera.
We can have up to 3.
Yeah, we can add more than one camera. So you can literally do the table and then do something like where you've seen us where we're downsized in the right corner, a little of us.
Yeah,
and the majority is the table. So you could do that. Whatever you see is what your viewers are going to see. So it doesn't matter what we do. We can sit here and do Zombicide. You could do it and invite me. It doesn't really matter if you want to invite me either. I don't care.
Restream is it going for like $20 or something or whatever?
Yeah. I got it when it was $15 a month, so that's all I pay.
Yeah, because I was on that. I was on there for a while. You knew that. And then
people like I told you, people are all jumping at StreamYard, but they don't understand. Restream's been around way longer than StreamYard. StreamYard literally just copying their stuff and they're charging more. I'm not paying $50 a month for what I can get for $15. I mean. It makes no sense to me to do that.
Yeah.
And it'll do the exact same thing. So, yes, you can. I just never – well, I did it with David. He told you that one – I think you were on the one show. But Axe Annex and me did one, and it went to his YouTube channel and all that stuff just fine. So he got, his people would see, and it cross promotes everybody. If you got 4 people on, then the other 3 channels are getting a chance to look at whoever's stuff. So it helps with
I'll
subscribers.
check it out again because I'm doing a streamer and I'm doing just a $25 a month with StreamYard and stuff. So
Well, it would be you'd be at, because I think the new price for them is $19 a month.
so it'd be like $5 savings or whatever. Then
Yeah, but you look at the end of the year, that's like $60 less.
I know.
Year. But you would also get a secondary camera, which I don't know if you
Wow.
get at your
Our
price,
Podbean ends in 2 minutes automatically.
because it's a 2-hour
Yeah.
thing. So everyone on Podbean, we're gonna have to end it because they're gonna cut us off. It gives
If
a
you guys
2-hour
want to
limit.
finish listening in, just get over to our YouTube.
Or the Facebook group.
Or
can
Facebook,
I don't know. And thank them. Thank you guys.
Sure, you guys are on all those streams.
No,
Yeah,
it's
we
just
are.
the thing is I did a lot of podcasts before, and I got, out there and got accepted by iHeartRadio and Spotify long ago. So I got to get back to doing my podcast, man. We used to have a lot of listeners.
Let me end Podbean. All right, guys. If you guys want to keep listening, join in on one of our other channels.
And so it's like Mythos used to listen to us a lot when me and Clint did the commutes, because me and Clint would be working together. So we would get in the car, and on our way to work, we just did a live broadcast. We called it the commute because we were commuting. So you'd hear background noise, and there'd be all sorts of traffic problems or whatnot's going on.
I've heard those.
Yep. And so, you're obviously you're not in a studio, you're in the vehicle, and people liked it. So that's something I'd like to get back to doing too. So
Cool.
so now when we do these, we've been just go ahead and run it with Podbean in the background here, because may as well. I'm killing a couple birds with one stone.
I'll just stick to this and Facebook. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, well, that's why I got rid of Discord. You can't. If
No,
I was
Discord
redoing
is
everything, I'd have 1 or 2, and I would stick with that, because when you spread out, you've got too much to try to keep up with.
Yep.
And you've got too much content. You got to put it out to all these other areas, and yada yada yada, and it becomes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So like Discord, that was great, but it really wasn't going anywhere, and it's another thing people have to have, and people already got enough apps on their phones, so maybe they'll do it, maybe they won't. Twitter's a dying out breed. You don't know, nobody really uses it anymore, but they promote it like it's being used all the time. But
Twitter,
I talked to
you mean X?
Yeah, they started doing too much censorship, and that killed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what else is. What's the other big one? Twitch. Well, Twitch is kind of everyone's been coming over to YouTube a lot.
So Twitch is more orientated for things like your live streaming games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't matter, PlayStation, Xbox. So we send it to Twitch because we had an account there for a long time. But this is an oddball thing. There are talk shows on Twitch, but most of them, if you watch, they're studio produced. They'll tell you they're just some little person, but obviously there's a ton of money behind it, and it's a production. So they're not just somebody in their own room. This is somebody with a lot of money, or it's corporate. And a lot of these shows are designed to look like it's things like me and you and everybody else does, but it's not. It's a corporate deal. So they'll have all these views because they're paying all this advertising, getting all these people. And you got to remember, gaming is everybody wants to get on there and be a millionaire. So now the gaming market is flooded, and I have never seen so many people doing miniature stuff ever in my life, either on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. Everybody in the miniature world is now on that bandwagon, and 2 years ago it was not. It was nowhere near this.
Yeah. Reminds me because Jeff, he finally got his 4,000 hour limit or whatever. I don't know.
That's cool.
4 or 5 months ago. And he's thrilled to death because he's made 30 cents.
Well, it's because the thing with YouTube is, look at TikTok. Their attention span is a few seconds. Most of them are not. We'll all sit and listen to someone's show to support each other, and we'll paint, do whatever, or sometimes in the car.
Yeah.
We're listening as we're driving and whatnot, but a lot of them they don't want to do that no more, Brian. They are just like, a couple minutes and I got to leave. And You know, you watch people in the store. Well, you know, their mind is not going to focus on it anymore. So the long drawn out stuff don't pay. So trying to get those hours, that's hard to do now.
It is.
And then the shorts they do don't count towards it.
No, they don't.
No. So
you have to get
Nope.
10 million views.
you can get 10 million views, you know, get 1 minute of watch time credited.
Yeah.
So, but that's YouTube, you know, because they are an advertising platform, not a video platform. Their goal is to sell ads, and this is how they do it. That's all that they have ever been, and that's what they do. So you're kind of stuck unless
That's
you
why I don't understand how people always complain about YouTube, this and that, blah blah blah. I mean, you know, there's been some, but then they gotta stop and think, dude, you're not being paid. They're not charging you anything for you to make your vids.
Yeah, no, they're not. But that's
Yeah.
also, I'm just saying that as that's what it is, and that's why when people complain, it's hard for them to make money. It's because YouTube is not there for them to make money, right?
Yeah.
They're giving you this free service because you're building their service, right? They're saying, here, Brian, put your videos on here. So now we don't know if Brian's going to blow up or not, but now we've got somewhere else to put ads.
Oh yeah.
So they're not doing it out of kindness. It's just, it's a business, man, and it's a smart business. So I'm not knocking them or putting them down. I'm just saying,
Oh yeah, I know.
to get anywhere is hard to do because it's not like Netflix. I mean, this is literally an ads platform.
Yeah.
And Brian there just wants to be weird the way he wants to be weird. Well, you can. I just hopefully they don't censor you or shut you down or give you strikes or.
Yeah, that's a big difference that's been happening. I mean, I've been on the tube since 08, I think. It was 08.
Yeah, a long time, right?
So, and back when they finally introduced the monetization and stuff, 500 subs, and they didn't have hours on there. That was it. And it was pretty decent. I mean, you know, you used to do about $80 to $100 a month.
Well, see, that would be cool. That would help pay for your other streaming services and whatnot.
That was pretty cool. And then they changed everything around, and oof. So.
Well, it is what it is. I mean, I like it because we reach people there too. But
yeah, I noticed that you broke 500 subs.
Oh, I didn't notice he broke 500 subs. Well, congratulations! You took off quite a bit this last year.
He's been doing the live stuff.
Yeah.
That's actually, I think the live stuff helps your hours out. I'm not sure if you do this live stuff. I don't know if it does or not.
Well, yeah, because if people watch the show and it goes for an hour, then it's an hour viewed.
Yeah.
Right. So if
but they have to be on for the whole hour, right? Or is it not?
Yeah. So if there's 10 people on there and all 10 stay for the hour, you would get 10 hours out of that hour. However, sometimes, like, if you can see, it's kind of bouncing around on us here. So some of the people have been here for a while, and others have been here for 15 minutes, and then they have to go.
But
so that's kind of it pulls from all that. So the lives will help you, and if you have the ability to do a lot of lives or be a daily thing, you can. Unfortunately, my schedule just won't. It don't allow that.
Yeah. So.
It's missing 3 pieces, so
we're good. We'll figure it out.
Oh, I already got it. I'm done.
Oh, you're done?
Yep.
Well, then that's a good time to get off the show.
Yep. Well, we got to get dinner and find out where the E6000 is. So we'll end it with that.
Shut up. Bite me.
Bite you.
Anyways.
I have all these figures up here I can't do anything with.
That tube of glues. Oh, wait. I think
Josh has it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and take off here.
We'll see you guys later. You guys have a good night. Brian, enjoy your burger. And the other Brian, thank you. And Charles and all that. And we will catch you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
And then don't forget to hit the thing.
Yep. Hold on a minute there.
Design.
Yeah, we are going to try and keep it weird. So,
See ya.
See ya.